Thank you. Hello. Hello all, nice to see you. Nice to see familiar faces as well from some of our classes. Thank you for coming here at this time of today, and hopefully it will be helpful for all of you. My name is, let's see if this works. Yeah, okay. My name is Burak. I'm a AI and UX expert and consultant. I also teach at Experience House as a product design instructor. So I led my own design studio for a while. Now I am a UX manager at one of the biggest veterans charity in the UK. And also I had experience with many enterprise companies. But that's me. I'll be happy to know each and every one of you. And actually maybe we can start there before I get into more nitty-gritty details of today's presentation. Would you mind, at least some of you, or maybe we are not too many people here, maybe we can go one by one through the line, who you are, and a really concise, quick introduction to your idea or your startup, what you want to pitch. Just want to hear about what it is. So we can just go over from the first line.
Carmela. Hi, I'm Carmela Furtari. I'm studying sociology and criminology, and my idea is about a social startup to help women in need. It's a kind of social media where women can contact professionals. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it's
Nice. I just need one sentence if possible. That's fine.
I'm from School of Psychology, and I made it 2 sentences. Is that okay?
That's fine. I won't police it.
Yeah, I'm encouraged to, I'm very fascinated to create a podcast that encourages people to think about their life and be strong and not being timid or manipulated by media, social media, AIs. I try to encourage people to take care of their life and accept responsibility over rights.
Okay. Courageous goal to have.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Green and I am the founder of Exotic Skin, which is a luxury self-care brand inspired by the exotic. So I studied law at University of Westminster, now I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm just wondering, like on a side note, is anyone here attending the business show, which is tomorrow and the day after?
In Excel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
No, I'm not. I just know it.
Okay. I was just curious. You are? Oh, you will. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. I was getting a question. So what was the idea of your business
So
idea?
I'm the founder of Exotic Skin, which is a self-care company.
Oh, okay.
Inspired by self-care products inspired by the exotic.
Perfect. From there.
Hello, hi, I'm Delisha. I'm a fashion business management student. So my idea is fashion trend forecast on the website, which tracks trends from social media.
I think, just a minute, I'll just pass this mic so that we can all hear it better. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Hatem and I'm studying investment and risk management. My business idea is to being a manufacturer in industrial safety shoes, which involve lightweight and highly protective shoes.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Oh, this is loud. My name is Sarai. I'm a digital media production student, and my idea is to try and create an app for the feminine cycle.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Aya Shihabi. I own an estate agency that deals with residential sales, lettings and property management. Thank you.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Valentina. I don't have a specific ideas. In fact, just a couple of days ago, I was thinking of an app or a subscription membership kind of thing that brings together women on obesity drug medication and how they can have access to endocrinologists, psychologists, and that. But it's
Sounds like you have an idea.
I do, but it's in its total infancy, and I'm very passionate about it, but I don't know where to start. That's
Okay.
true, honest.
Great reason to be here.
Huh?
Pre-revelation, something from heaven.
Yes, exactly.
Hi, I'm Gareth, and I'm starting a freelance performance nutritionist business. So having studied sports and exercise nutrition, it'll focus on sports, but also in the entertainment business, singers, actors, and so forth,
Okay.
helping them with their nutrition.
Hi. Is it Greg? Gavin? Gareth, okay. Hi everyone, my name is Jemima. I am a business management student. I'm currently setting up a company which is a 2-in-1. The first part is a production company where we will do films and theatre production. And the first part is an acting studio company where actors will come, learn, better their skills, and at the end of the course, we'll do a showcase where we invite industry professionals. But it's not just open for actors, it's also open for students and young professionals who are looking to develop their skills in public speaking and building confidence.
Perfect.
Hello, my name is Samuel, and I'm studying law. And my business idea is an AI app that I'm building. It's basically to help learner drivers to master driving better and to make it cheaper and affordable.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Brad. I'm a music production performance student. My idea is combining grassroots sport and music to save both, as they're really struggling at the moment. There's a massive gap in the market, and to start that off, we're a proof of concept Rugby Sevens Music Festival next summer.
Nice.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua. I'm a cybersecurity student. I'm the owner of Rapid Repairs, so we repair all sorts of electronics, phones, laptops and tablets. And also I've got an AI app already called Contract Clarity to use to simplify contracts for people who want to get into like tenancy agreements or just general contracts in business to make it easier for them to understand.
Hi, I'm Elishka. I'm doing multimedia journalism broadcast, and I basically signed up for the freelance pathway rather than the startup. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to run a social media account and build a community there for international students. And since I do journalism, I eventually develop skills in like freelancing and speaking on camera and operating camera as well. So that's kind of the goal, both goals.
Hi, my name is Gaurav Jain. And I'm looking in the Startup 101, and my idea is basically an app that helps you decide your daily outfits. Yeah.
I'm Sana, and my idea is it is in the very initial stage. So I'm thinking about doing something that connects B2B businesses in like the construction industry, and also like for renting heavy machinery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Adon. My business idea is like it's like a friends app. Essentially, like it's to create community. Imagine Hinge, Bumble, but like for friends. Thanks.
My name is Alimat. I own a fashion brand called Ola the Plain Stylist, and then the fashion brand is for basically for women. So that's why I'm interested in Startup 101, to help build my ideas and learn from everybody as well.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Gajendra. I'm not a student. I work for an AI startup, and I would want to do credit for international students and Gen Zs in general, give them access to credit.
Hi there, my name is Abdullahi, and I'm developing a leather concept. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Shane. This is my first time here. I'm studying international business and international communication, and I want to start a company based working in the culinary sector, supporting kitchens and food businesses in areas that they feel, or I feel, that they're losing money, so profit protection and making the systems and workflows a lot better. And yeah.
Nice.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris Lee. I am a final year business management and entrepreneurship student, and I would like to start my own skincare company.
And what company?
Skincare.
Skincare, okay. Great. So I think all of us here are in different parts of starting our company. So it's a good mix. Some of you have ideas, some of you already started your ideas, already working on building your enterprise or your startup into place. I'm hoping that the things that we are going to talk about today will help all of you, because a good pitch actually helps you bring your ideas together in one page and be able to communicate it to other people. You will keep communicating your idea similar to this concept in many places in your business. It will be in networking events, it will be with colleagues that you will be trying to explain your idea to. It will be with investors, hopefully. It will be with real customers, which is much better than, I would say, general public that you are trying to explain your idea. And hopefully they will give you some money in return of this. You need to bring your idea together, be able to communicate it clearly. So I want this workshop to be able to give you that confidence, or at least a head start, where you can start building up the narrative around your business. And I think that's the important part of what a pitch provides to you. So most pitches do have some time limit, and when you are pitching to an investor, you do need to keep that time in your mind. You do need to stick with that, depending on the type of pitch that you're into. If it's for example, an accelerator pitch or some presentation competition, maybe there might be some time limits in there. Depending on your situation, you might have some time limitations to convey your idea. We do need, although, a place to start where we have a proper narrative, a proper structure of our business idea in one place, so we can skip to whatever slide we need to in our minds. But also, if we are presenting with a screen in our back, we can skip to that or extend relevant parts of it as needed. I do talk a lot and fast as well, so it's a reminder for both for me and for anyone pitching. You shouldn't be rushing and maybe sometimes taking your time when you are thinking about and talking about your ideas. So what's the goal of our pitch? The goal of this is convincing. And in order to convince, we need to come with ambition in our idea. And this needs to be clear and believable to our business so that we can represent that ambition. So where does it come from? Our starting point should be a problem for our customers, so they can believe in us, so that we can address their issues. And we need to have a logical solution. This is something that we focus on experience ourselves a lot, because we work with real entrepreneurs and work with them to flesh out their ideas, their briefs on building products, coming from a user-centric perspective and trying to understand what we can provide to them is quite important when we are creating our first idea. But many of you here already have an idea. So where does it come from? Probably from your knowledge so far, probably from your intuition or your experience, which is all relevant, all based on the data that you have, the things that you know. But we need to communicate those parts as well and bring that together. So we need to convince people, investors specifically, to our ideas. And we need to show them that there is a issue here that we need to address. How can we show that we have some problems that needs to be addressed in the market, but also that we are capable of addressing it and be able to tackle that issue is needs to be laid out throughout this pitch. And to be fair, we are bad at this mostly because we are too connected to our ideas when we are pitching to other people, when we are talking about our ideas. Oftentimes, the pitches that we talk are not entirely well structured, it doesn't follow a cohesive narrative, or it doesn't maybe address the audience's correct questions on their minds or what they care about, and then we don't really convey our information to them. Also, people might be left confused about what you do if you're not clear, if you're not really creating a maybe better picture of your industry, of the problem that you're addressing, or what differentiates you from the thing that you're actually building. Like there are probably a lot of alternatives to your company. Why would they care about your company in the market? Why would anyone care about your company? This question a customer also will think about when they're looking at your idea. And then the opportunities are missed. Maybe we don't really get the investment, or we don't really convey that idea. But everything is an experience. It gives us more ammunition to try again later on. So I'm hoping that it will get better as you do it, as you improve your pitch, as you improve your presentation of your company. But just have a reasonable expectation from the first time that you pitch and your first version of your deck. Embrace that it will be an iterative process, that you will build up on it. Some common mistakes that every entrepreneur goes through is being too close to the problem that you are solving. So close that you talk technical language, you talk about really nitty-gritty details that investors or people who are trying to understand what you do don't really know about this, and you dive into too much detail. Then you are trying to convey everything that you know about the industry because you are trying to prove your experience or your expertise, and that causes people to get confused or kind of not listen to what you are saying and just nodding. So I don't know if you pitched before. Have you had an experience like this before in any presentation that you have? Yeah? Good then. I have a really simple, bare bones roadmap of what a pitch should be. And when I look at this, it's the problem, the solution, your credibility, what's the opportunity is here that we need to tackle, and what do you want to get out of this? What is the expectation that you want to receive at the end of this? Now, if I go deeper into this, I can even simplify it more. It's why, what, why, you, what's the future is like, and what do you need? Should be fairly simple. So I'm going to go through what you need to include in a pitch in a more detailed way. Any questions so far?
I was wondering why did you put the opportunity? Apparently you...
Yeah, good question. Yeah, probably. This was a decision made in April 2024. I have no idea why I did that. But yeah. But actually, I can get back to that maybe. The opportunity, what is unique about your approach to the problem and the problem itself? Because there are many approaches to the problem. So what's the opportunity that you see? What do you want to convey to the investors that are making you different about the issue that you are tackling it? That might be. Yeah, nice, great. So I did go through this. Let's think about this a bit more. So what's the problem? What do we want to define as the problem that we are addressing? And this is important because it might be a problem that we assume that there is, but it might not be a problem that's actually in the market when we are thinking about it. It existing just because in our minds it's an issue or it makes sense for us doesn't mean that it's a real business problem that we need to tackle. And then this is where I think researching and trying to understand the market and trying to understand the ecosystem comes into play. Yeah. So what's the ecosystem is like? What's the problem? What makes it urgent? and why should we care about it? This is the start of your pitch. The goal here is to make the investor understand the value of this thing that you identified and get in on board of the problem that you want to address. Then we have the solution. Now we established that there's a problem here that we want to take care of. How do we want to address this? What is the thing that makes it different that we address this solution? And how can we demonstrate that what we are putting together to solve? How do we get the customer to where the problem is solved and where they are happy? How can we demonstrate that to our investors or people who are listening to us? We can paint a picture of the promised land, build a representation of our vision. This might be a mock-up, this might be a prototype, this might be something that we can show as a solution. It doesn't have to be built, to be pitched. But it's about building that vision that we are putting together. And you might be in the middle of building it, but what's the end result? What's the end experience will look like? And how do you convey it? I think these are important questions. This also includes more detail in business. So we are not just the application that we are building. The application might be a touch point, but you are building a business. And the business needs to earn revenue. It needs to make money. It needs to be sustainable. You need to bring this information into the pitch as well and be able to communicate that you know how to build this business, you know how to run this business. And I think that's a really useful skill to have as a business owner, and approaching this as a not just an app owner, not just someone who builds something, someone who builds or problem solves, but instead someone who builds something sustainable that can pivot, that can solve the business problems that it will face as well. I think that's important. The credibility part, I think most of you are currently solo entrepreneurs. Anyone here who has a team or people who you are working with actively? Nice. So that's where the credibility also can be communicated. Your team is your power. What are they addressing? What are you able to tackle with them? Or if you don't have a team member, who do you know? What kind of networks can you go onto? And what kind of people can you access to improve this in the future? Do you need talent? Do you need someone to hire to address certain parts of this business? You can mention these, that acknowledging the gaps in your team might also be something that you bring here. We currently don't have these people in our team, but we are planning to acquire them. We are planning to bring them into our team so we are able to overcome these solutions. But this is also where we want to communicate the proof that we can tackle this. So if you are solo, how can you prove that you are able to get people work to this? Think about what kind of things you can leverage in terms of marketing, in terms of networks, in terms of maybe places where you can find customers, or what kind of things are going good for your business or for your idea right now. We can bring these here to show the credibility and the potential of your application. The opportunity is more like painting a picture of the combination of these and also bringing what the ecosystem looks like. Because you are starting from a point where you will be addressing one problem maybe. Then once you address that problem, once you get some of the customers, what will happen? What kind of direction will your company grow? What is out there that can make it much more bigger? How many customers are out there that you can communicate to and address to be able to get their attention, or how many competitors are there? Having competitors is not a bad thing, because it means that people are solving that issue and they're addressing the challenge, and people are earning money from that. So showing those competitors are also important, and also they can turn into partners maybe. So how can we address those? How can we build new partnerships in our business and leverage those and be able to grow our business into them? Any questions? Anything that you want to ask around these so far?
I remember one of your slides was complaining about things that we must not do. It's too short or too long, as we focus on the just explaining things, focus on problems, and then it was
too technical?
Nomenclature, or very specific in jargon, the terms that you use, and the other one, I don't remember the other one.
Let me just check. Common mistakes, this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, trying to communicate everything instead of trying to speak our most important information to people that we are presenting to. So, finally, we need to be frank at this stage. What do we need in order to implement what we want to build? And at this stage, I am thinking that you are here for getting some seed investment, which will help you build the foundation of your business. What is that money? A seed investment is an investment or a amount of money that will help you start build your company. It's not the money that will help you maybe build your first prototype, or maybe it might be the first prototype as well, but it might also be like your money for building up the company, building up the website, the marketing arm of it. But this is the question that you need to answer. What are you going to use this money for? What do you want to achieve this money in what time frame, so that it makes sense for the people that you're asking this money from as well? If they don't understand what you're asking for, why would they give you the money? Why would they invest in something that you also haven't thought about well enough yet? This might be one part that you might struggle, because maybe you have an idea of how much money you want, but can you divide the amount of money that you're asking into reasonable chunks and delegate that money to what you want to grow in your business? How would you spend that money? Communicating that might be one way to show that you know business, you know, and you are credible, and thinking solid things to build this business and be able to use that investment for growing this. So, starting on paper. There is one more version of this, a bit more extended version of it, similar to what I walked you through right now, and that's going through the 10 slides that Guy Kawasaki laid out. The problem, solution, the business model, underlying magic, the tech, the marketing and sales, competition, team, projections and milestones, and the timelines, and your call to action. Now, the topics that I walked you through, if you look at them, this is just the extended version of it. I'm just combining them in a more shorter taxonomy to make it simpler. So let's examine one pitch here and walk through this together to see that framework in play. How does it work? How does it convey on a pitch example? And like, it's a simple story. It's a startup called Stroy, and just some design, but we are starting with the mission and trying to paint a picture of what this company is. This is the elevator pitch that you just gave me. It communicates what it is in a quick, very straightforward way. Stroy is an integrated shopping platform. Just one sentence. It connects brands and construction professionals and makes product discovery and buying fast and accessible. A bit ambiguous though. I might not understand what it is directly if I don't know maybe the industry itself. So the problem is the construction process is increasingly product-based and blah, blah. And construction product buyers discover new products online, 67% of them. And the industry is least digitized industries, one of the least digital industries out there. It's a construction industry. What do you expect? So this is a representation of what this product might be. And I think when I look at this, before I even read through this, what I'm not focusing on is, maybe it's because I'm a product design focused person, but it's the mock-up, because that gives me an understanding of what the idea behind here is visually. Then how can we represent that? There are many ways to represent the service as well digitally. Digital services are available. And we have a version of this in mobile format as well. There is no exact definition of the product here, I would say. It's not really clear in terms of what the product is like, but this is normal because this is a product in a prototyping stage. It's not really out there yet. So the solution is, it's an interactive, data-driven 3D configurator widget for construction industry. It will be used for brand websites, I think, that can be implemented as a product display or something that you can use to sell or demonstrate the products that you are trying to sell. The key benefits that we are providing to customers, very clearly stated, like we will generate leads, showcase product benefits, increase the sales, and ensure regulatory compliance. This isn't also mentioning like anything that we want to do, it's mentioning what the users get out of it. So I think that user-focused approach when we are talking about our businesses is quite important. Yeah. So this is a solution for our customers. It's not a solution for our business to earn money. It's not a solution for us to build something. It's a solution to the problem that we identified in the previous slides. What's the platform model? So how do we create the value for our clients and the procurement agents who are our users? And then how do we connect them with the supplier? I'm not sure if this is the most clear way that we can convey information, but also it shows that how a complex ecosystem we have in terms of customers, clients, and multiple stakeholders that we are working with. We have a shopping widget, a customer login that helps us get leads and be able to promote to customers and getting some analytics out of it as well. And we are demoing this through design pages. Then also there are collaboration, which brings other people to communicate to each other within this application. Now, this part is interesting because it's a free-to-use platform, but also we are mentioning something here when we are talking about Stroy Green. I think what we are mentioning here is where we can grow. It doesn't have to be construction and digitized construction specific. It can go into green industries. It can go into clean tech. Clean tech is something investors are attracted to. So it can also be something related to Catapult and the Innovate UK, which demonstrates the network that we can connect to or address in our business. There is a plan for scaling this application. First year, we are going to integrate the Story app on the supplier websites. Then we are going to build up functionality, expand our product portfolio, and finally, we will create a product comparison website. when we think about our ideas, we might have started here, a website where we can compare the products. And when you think about the mission, this is what we actually sell. Like, it's a place where we can reach out to product ideas and get them. But realistically, we are starting small from the minimum viable product, then building iteratively on top of that and reaching our purpose. There's a roadmap here that takes us from the bootcamp stage to this pitch idea. And through that, once we secure the funding, we will grow our ideas. The credibility part, if you recognize. We already have 100+ unique website page visits, and the target customer defined as SME, construction industry, supplier, manufacturer. We have those people visiting our website. 14 emailing lists with signups. So we are building a marketing machine, and that shows the people that are listening to this pitch that we already have potential customers that we can go to. We just need to build the product or the prototype so we can address their needs, start getting more feedback from them, and start building this machine. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, traction to date, this one or this one? Yes. This one.
Yeah, so you mentioned problem solution, credibility, opportunity, and your arts. Where does the marketing and the research that you've done tie in?
This ties in with the credibility because it shows that I am already able to communicate to customers and I'm not shying away even though I don't have a completed build-up product in my hand. I am able to go to them, which is I am able to go to market. I am able to get customers right away. All I need is money that I can start the operationalizing of this. Similar to this is also credibility. I have a team, and the team exists only by me, apparently. So I will need a CTO and CMO, but I do know the gaps in here. They are not defined yet, but I know that I need to acquire them. I need to go to them and find them. And also I know like what kind of networks I might find them. I have a plan to recruit these people to my company. So it just shows that I know what I am doing as a credible entrepreneur to someone who is listening to you. Back there, I have a question, I think. Just a second. Yes.
Yeah, like to find your team, do you actually need to get the money to get your team? Or you can actually do the tax yourself since you started this stuff?
Well, that depends on how you want to position yourself and your company and you as a founder. Do you want a partner that you want to tackle this? Are you okay with working with partners, or are you okay with sharing a company and equity? Or do you want someone that you can hire and someone that you want to pay? And is this a person that you may want as a senior or executive lead in your company, but you don't want them to have a at least percentage of your company? Realistically, when you are starting out, you don't have money. So it might be more reasonable to have some form of agreement in place in terms of partnership, maybe, depending on your business structure. Any other questions? So domain experience, still we are talking about credibility, where we are coming from, how do we know the things that we know about, and then we start about talking about the ecosystem. What's the market size? What's the total addressable market that we can go to who might buy our product? Compared to market size, how do we see them? What can we tell analytically, what can we tell statistically about the market that we want to address? And I do have some suggestions to bring data to here, because I know that most of you are not maybe business students. You don't need to be business students to bring data to your presentation or any analytic understanding to this. You just need to do some research. You just need to do some quick desk research that you can feed into your decks, so you can communicate your knowledge of the market. What about your competitors? Where do they position themselves? Where do you position yourself based on your understanding of the market? And what's the ideal state of your future? Like, how do we see ourselves going through in terms of sales? How do we plan to grow? What kind of partnerships can we add? And what do you want to achieve out of this? Now, that's why I said, like, I'm just trying to paint a picture of the idea that I have. It doesn't have to be finished to get to the pitching stage. I don't need to build an entire company to build a pitch deck. It might even be an exercise for me to think the viability of the business at a really early stage, just for myself maybe. Or it might be something to get some investments. It's up to you how you use this. But in here, we want to spend this much money for app prototyping. It's not even the final version of the application, it's just a prototype. Then we are going to use this for research and getting some incentives and building the team that will build this application. So that's my really quick intro. I think after this, I'm just going to start the workshop part of this session. I have one more new addition to these slides, which I hope that it will be helpful for you. Are you comfortable with AI tools? Are you using them in what you're building? Good. How can you use them right now when we are thinking about the pitch deck that we are building, which will be quite, I think, useful for you to use these, but not in certain ways, not in the most casual way out there. So what are we not going to do? We're not going to ask AI to build us a pitch deck and not make any mistakes and give us something that people will invest to. Not this directly, at least. Do you know about different prompting techniques that we can use, that we can leverage to provide? I know that you would know because you have an AI startup.
When you're building or working on something, you don't want to go straight to AI. You want to kind of plan it out very, very vigorously and like break it down into modular parts. So, for example, if you want to build like a, I don't know, big project, you'd break it down first so it's easier for whatever AI tool you're using to understand. If you give AI too much context or too much stuff, it's going to hallucinate or not really do what you want it. So you want to break it down and try and build step by step and just iterate.
Beautifully said. AI is much like how we are actually looking at certain things. It does provide us inaccurate and maybe too mediocre output if we don't give enough context, but also if we give too much context as well. So we want to be able to control what we are feeding it. There is a simple prompting technique called training wheels prompts, which actually decides on the data and like provides categories for data that you feed it, starting with context, task, guidelines, and constraints. It can be really simple. I have an example of it in here. So for a pitching deck or pitch deck advisor that will help me, I would say you're an angel investor and seasoned business advisor. Your task is to assist me, not write for me, assist me as I put together a pitch deck to present the potential seed investors on my university accelerator program. My guideline for you is when you give me feedback, be concise and sacrifice grammar for the sake of concision, which will come in handy because AI loves to yap, and I don't want it to give me prose. I want it to give me something actionable, something useful. The constraint here is don't fabricate information or data about the problem. Search the web and find relevant, verifiable information to add as data points. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is most AI tools out there currently do have some form of deep research functionality. I want to leverage that as much as possible if I'm using a LLM tool. Now, there are really good tools. You probably know and use them. I personally love Cloud. Not like enjoy working with Cloud. ChatGPT is also, of course, out there. Great for general conversation. Perplexity, if you haven't heard, is also a really specific deep research tool that helps you bring data, also visualizes data, and helps you break down certain research work. So you can use that for most of the ecosystem research to get a wider, broader understanding of the industry that you are looking for. But I don't want you to start from AI. I want you to start from pen and paper. And I want you to start the process of generating the context that you need in order to feed this machine. Because I know that in this day and age, you will probably use the machine, but you need the correct context that defines your idea, that brings your idea together. So it generates or it provides you the output that you need. Okay, so I have a template. I will give you 5 minutes for each of these. I want you to use pen and paper, write down things now, and let's go together through this. Throughout this, I want you to come to me if you have any questions, any problems that you feel stuck to. By come to me, I mean raise your hand. I will come to you and can answer your questions, or we can talk about wherever you feel stuck. Let's start building our deck together, okay? Are you ready for this? Okay, so that's enough excitement that I would get in a class like this. So let's start with our name, our mission, our idea. Write down. You don't need 5 minutes for this. I just assume that you will write this down fairly quickly. But start building this. I do hope that you have pen, paper present, or at least something that you can write to. So if you don't, I have pens, a box of pens here. I can send this here. Do you want? There you go. One for you. Oh. There you go. So, hopefully you have something put down as in terms of your mission, at least 1 or 2 sentences together here. Can I move forward? I couldn't. Okay, let's do this. What is the problem that you are addressing? Let's put down a good definition of the problem of the users, of customers, of people that you are trying to help. What's the industry like? What evidence out there do you know? If you know. If you don't know, where can you find the evidence? Why is it important to solve? Question?
somewhere I get some work experience. So they had a position up, but I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, my old university.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. The entire team, you know, they do know, like, that we ended up not doing the entire final project, and it was crazy.
Who knows that?
The Go user one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, what do you mean by entire team?
Like, it's all of us, like, we ended up not doing the project.
I think 2 or 3 people did finish it. And they did.
Regina?
Not Regina, I think. Dylan and Chloe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did finish. They did get their certificates, but yeah. Some of you didn't, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, but I still go back to refer the classes. I still have the recordings.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's good.
You do have access to the...
I still have the recording access, yeah.
Nice. Cool, so next one here. what's the solution that we want to address now? What's the way that we are solving their problem? What's unique about our way of solving this problem as well? So what makes our value proposition, the core value that we provide to our customers, stand out from the competition? This doesn't have to be one slide. This might be divided into a couple. This might be fleshing out that idea, maybe first as an introduction, then as a visual way, and then just technically explaining what you are going through. Yes. The unique value proposition is what we are addressing in the pain points of our customers and what we are providing them in a unique way, separated from our competitors. What are we providing them that make them relieve their pain or make them maybe ease their mind or help them in what they are trying to achieve and trying to overcome the problem that we identified. So think of it as an example. What was your idea on? Let's go from yours.
It's an online sport.
Online sports. So let's say. Okay, I'm going to actually go through some of you, just so you can maybe walk me through your ideas as well. But to give an illustrative example of this, let's say it's a platform for helping people find teammates for sports activities, something like this. I'm just making it up. What kind of pain points do they have when they're finding teammates? What kind of common issues they are facing, and what do they all have in common in terms of going through this challenge, or what do they not able to achieve without your application? Now, our unique value proposition needs to address those pain points. So that gives us the complete picture of like what we are providing to them. It's not just, this is an application for finding teammates. Actually, this is an application for people with this problem to find a solution for their specific pain points. For people who can't have enough time, maybe, when they're planning sports events, to find teammates quickly or on the spot on their, let's say, sports venue or something like that, like specifically. Yeah. The pain points that they have about the issue that we are solving. So the problem that we have, what kind of issues the users are having, and we are trying to address that. Does that make sense? For everyone as well, hopefully. Nice. Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't really use it that much. It's very factual.
Mm-hmm.
And I was using ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just adding that as a point about my business, and it's like gathering all of the from my website, LinkedIn, YouTube, everything together.
Mm-hmm.
And then so like how the solution works. So it sounds like that it combines. Also basically it's very like specific. So Exotic Skin, which is my company, addresses the beauty industry gaps with luxury technology-driven self-care solutions rooted in critical rituals, sustainability and potential, and personal empowerment. So that's basically what we do. So this is
So diving into deeper into our ecosystem, our problem, how we are solving it. Before I went to that, just with the problem and solution, anyone want to share their version of how you define it?
I can do, but I'd rather to do from scratch.
Oh, okay.
Logo and everything.
Yeah, okay. So would you like to wait until the end to just, yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's build up. Does anyone want to give an example, anything? Or would you prefer? Let's hear.
So there's a couple of problems. So first of all, grassroots venues is shutting down at a alarming rate ever since COVID. Ever since COVID, in just last year, the statistics show that 2 venues each week shut down in the UK. So this has led to a massive gap in the market. And a massive loss of talent because people can't play shows anymore. So people cannot develop their skills. We're never going to get the next Elton John or Biffy Clyro if they can't practice their craft and in front of actual audience. It also means that people who like going to these smaller venues have been kicked out, and concerts now have become so increasingly expensive. The average person cannot really afford them. They're seen as a luxury item, with some tickets going up to £500, as proven by Taylor Swift, Oasis tickets, and even smaller concerts which used to only cost about £10, now you could start for 40. For the sports clubs, again, up to 60,000 sports clubs are at risk of shutting down. This is due to multiple factors: increasing costs, lack of attendance, lack of culture being built. So the idea is to combine these two communities together to support each other. There's absolutely thousands of sports clubs in the UK and they sit empty each week. So the idea of this business, the Sinbin, is to bring these two communities together. This will help the clubs by increasing people coming to them. They can sell social memberships, and also it helps build that sense of community. For the musicians, it's for someone for them to play, and for the people who go to concerts, again, this is a new place for them to come and watch live music again in a space which they're not going to be outpriced of, because it's meant to be affordable. It's only being charged at the door. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yay. So, next one then, the opportunity. What can you give me on your market that you are addressing? What's the market size? And what's the significant area of growth for you? Where can we expand our operation? How can we scale our business? How can we address more customers? How can we grow our customer base? Think about these.
What if you don't know the size of the market?
Well, you can maybe give an estimation, or you can think about where you can get that information. And Perplexity might be one way to get that in this stage, because it will give you a really quick analysis of an ecosystem, if you can define the ecosystem. So can you define the maybe segment of the customers? Then let's start from there. Think about the segment, think about what defines them, what patterns are there in your customer base. And that's maybe the way that we define it. Hmm?
That was the selling point.
What do you mean?
The opportunity. Because the market is totally zero.
What's the market? That's my. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
reveal the holes.
Okay.
You know, according to Winston Churchill, a good speech, I do apologize if it makes you look something, but
Yeah.
I don't intend to. It says a good speech is the one long enough to cover the whole area
Mm-hmm.
and short enough to make you interested.
Mm-hmm.
So good speech is really scarce.
I hope this was
No, no,
in the good part. Yeah, I understand. That's like what the pitches hopefully provide us, something that's interesting. And I think that's a good way to look at this, by the way. Like, we are not writing these down to get our ideas into the minds of investors or force its way into the ears of anyone who is listening it. We are making it to sound interesting about you. Can we write this down as something that will make them ask you more questions? And if we get questions out of the people that we are presenting this, then we can talk more about that. It's kind of like asking for permission to talk more about our business. Is it something that's interesting that we can put together? I think that's a good mindset to look at this. Also, it's a good mindset to look at storytelling as well. So let's look at the business model now. The way that we are going to make money. How do we earn our buck from our ideas? How do we feed this machine? Who are we charging? Who is the real customers? And this is a good question because sometimes our users are not the customers. Sometimes we solve problems, but someone else pays the price or someone else pays the bill. What kind of revenue streams do we have? Yeah. It doesn't have to be charging users to get something. There are different revenue models that we can think about, like advertising is one of them, partnerships, billing businesses, B2B, B2B to B2C. There are many ways to position or maybe package this as a value. How do you want to get paid? And if you know the answer, how else do you want to get paid? Maybe there's more ways to do this. Coming up. So, tied to that, is it possible to project some form of financial summary, financial revenue coming your way? Is it possible to go over this and show metrics? I'm at this stage, I think due to the time as well, I'm just going to go through these one more time, walk through this. I do want to hear some of you pitching the idea so far, and then continue working on this. Your competitors. So who are the competitors? How can we put them on a matrix that we can make sense of their positioning, make sense of your positioning as well compared to them? What kind of strengths do they have? What kind of things differentiate you from them? And also, how do they charge maybe? What do they address? They might also be, as we just talked, people who are, or applications, solutions, who are addressing the same market, but not solving the same problem. Indirect competitors that are relevant in this area, because they might be the things that your customers are accustomed to working with or dealing with. And then what makes you different? How do we differentiate? How do we position ourselves? Positioning is about putting us somewhere different than our competitors so we can differentiate ourselves. That's a quite important thing when we talk about branding, when we talk about our own narrative. So how can we do that? How can we place ourselves in somewhere that will be advantageous for us? Now we are walking into credibility part. Yes. Yes, these will be shared with you as far as I know, right? Yeah, I think maybe already shared with you. So.
If you were signed up to the program,
yeah.
There's an on-demand course.
Mm-hmm.
Have everything, you have this recording as well.
Yeah.
That's how you access them. Now sign up to the program, please do. We're gonna do until the end of the year.
Yeah. Are they able to sign up just like that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then. Yeah. I won't stop you. This one? This one? I will later on. So, what makes you different? What's your marketing? What's your sales strategy? If you already have a marketing channel that you are using, this is the time to talk about that. This is the time to bring your numbers, bring your audience to this. Can we show evidence that we are picking up? Is there traction in our idea that we can demonstrate? The team, we did talk about the team. I'm not going to go over this, but what can you bring about yourself that makes sense that you address this problem and that makes it unique that you can solve it? How can we show that? How can we show your achievements, your relevant achievements? Don't put your music skills, if it's not a music application probably, in here, so we can just demonstrate that your credibility and capability is here. What have we done so far? What kind of proofs do we have? Do we have any user research? Do we have any user feedback? Customer feedback? Customer feedback is quite important because it gives us what next to do. What can we do to improve the experience that we already have? And then the milestones and roadmap. What's your outlook looking like? How can we go and spend the next 12 months? What are you going to do? What are you going to grow this company to? This part was the slide that I spend most time when I'm reviewing the previous cohorts decks. Usually we do get a number around like 3-5K maybe. I don't know why it usually stands on 5K. Why not more? This is the place where you can ask for more. If they have less money to give you, but they want to give you, they can give you. But why not ask for more? Is one question on my mind. The second one is, based on this roadmap, how does this money map out to your spending? How do you spend this money and build your business throughout that years of operation?
I just want to understand what you're saying. So I understand this is the base level of when pitching to investors and founders, not just for the pioneer grant. You said that why not ask for more? Are you referring to the case of the pioneer grant as well? Because we know it's about £500, but are we able to ask for more when we're pitching?
I'm not promising you that you can ask for like 50K and they will give you 50K. If you want to ask for 50K and you have a reasonable and credible argument behind it, I wouldn't stop asking for it. But also, you can, if they say you can only ask for 500 pounds and that's all, what else can you ask for from an investor?
Mentoring.
Access to network, access to people they know in this industry, because maybe they know other investors who might be interesting. So who can you get me to talk to within your network investors that we can talk and be able to maybe discuss business with? Or who else can I pitch this that you know? Who else should I talk to? Who can give me credible feedback on this pitch deck based on your experience? That's also an ask. Valid ask, I would say. Yep.
You can ask for leads as well, like leads, pilot users.
You
can also ask for leads, pilot users.
Yeah, definitely. You can ask also for references, maybe. If it's not someone who is working on the financial sector, you can tell them to, like, if you send me these customers, or if you give me access to these people, I would give you back this, or provide this to you. Yeah. just be careful when you're pitching that to someone from financial sector, because then it turns into bribing, which might be a problem in certain areas, might not in certain areas as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who? Well, the investors that you are pitching to or talking to or presenting to, they are probably part of some networks that of entrepreneurs. They probably know people who failed, people who succeeded as well, and they would be able to mentor you in your area maybe. So usually, like if they are going to invest or if they are going to be able to support you, they might also bring a part of education and mentoring as part of this deal so that you can succeed. Because they don't want you to fail, that's for sure. If they are giving you the money, why would they give you the money if they don't care about you succeeding or failing? They are on the same team with you. They want you to succeed. So they're not there to criticize you. They're just trying to find an opportunity that will be lucrative for them as well. They are people. They're not, like, we call them angel investors or something, but they're not angels or anything. They're just people who are looking for opportunities. Just don't separate them from yourself or your mental models of humans. What can we provide to them? What's in it for them? It's a quite simple ask for ourselves to think about. I'm starting to wonder what your...
I believe time's up.
Yeah?
I don't want to disturb you.
I would say, like, go for it. Just tell us your idea.
I would start with a logo that is lion eyes. And lion eyes is, you have a lion with two eyes wide open, and you write it down as lion eyes. Lion eyes means get strength, get empowered.
Okay.
And then you can ask your audience, what do you think you want to be? Either a lion or a rabbit? Because my plan is just for educational and inspirational platform.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when you see every people around you, if we can make some agreements that people are either shallow, hollow, follow other people. Shallow mentally, intellectually, hollow emotionally. And that's why they follow whatever other people say. Demagogues appeal to our basic instinct. Conspiracy theories, once confined to the fringe, are going mainstream. It's as if the age of reason, the era of evidential argument is ending. Knowledge is increasingly delegitimized and scientific consensus dismissed. That causes several problems, which may cause catastrophes that happen already. The problem is everywhere around you, but you need to take responsibility. You need to take yourself back and you need to show to the world that you are someone who can make good and gigantic changes.
Okay, I'm just going to cut this, but because of time, just ground yourself.
I'm not flying,
when you're pitching also, and be able to stay away from epic tales, but also like grounded and business related things as well, because it's about the audience that we are pitching to. They want to hear the value that you provide to the customers.
To be honest with you, I offered the whole plan to a university, UCL, School of Psychology. Let's get it with, is it correct that you see people are either down or timid or depressed? Why we have everything around us, we bathe in wealth every day, but the number of psychological disorders and diseases are increasingly high. Why is that? Is that correct? Yes. As a matter of fact.
I mean, your goal is to convince, and I think you're definitely convincing.
Yeah, but this will take me to the very first slide of this. I'm just trying to jump there. You have a time limit.
Of course, yeah.
And metaphors and storytelling will bring us so quickly to the end of that time. We do need to keep our mind in the story, but also the message that we are trying to convey. Do we want the agreement with the story, or do we want the agreement or understanding of the business communicated to the audience as fast as possible? It gets better in time. Don't worry. It will get much better. I hope this helped you. Any questions before we part ways? You're welcome. Oops. There you go.
Thank you very much. Right, guys, before you start heading